We're delighted that our coverage of the Chedington Bicton Park 5-star is brought to you by Red Post, one of the country's leading equestrian and country retailers, but based locally to Bicton and with worldwide shipping available for you listeners. Red Post is run by riders for riders, with everything that you could possibly need for horse and rider in one place. This is a family-run independent store, and it's a must visit for all equestrian enthusiasts. You'll even collect Red Post rewards while you shop, and if you download the brand new Red Post mobile app, you can access exclusive offers and shop on the go. So why not go and check them out? Visit redpostequestrian.co.uk and don't forget to join the Red Post Featured League and Eventing Manager this weekend to be in with a chance of winning an exclusive Red Post prize. It's time to play Eventing Manager. Compete against your friends for your country and win prizes using the fantasy football-styled Eventing Manager game. It is free to download in your App Store or on Google Play, and you can play along with eventing fans all over the world in picking your dream team. Pick carefully though, your $10 million budget sounds big, but you'll want to spend it carefully. Or if you prefer, you can let the computer do the picking for you. Once you've selected your team, then don't forget to check out the featured leagues to be in with a chance of winning some amazing prizes. For more information, go to www.equiratings.com. Oh God, it's so exciting. Happy Hail Bob Day.
It is a happy Hail Bob Day.
Hello, the Curse of Down.
It's the best finishing score we've seen at 5-star level.
That was our elo coming into the competition.
How much he talks about an FOD and how much it means.
Best show that we have, Alphabetti Spaghetti.
Eventing Manager is back. Let's restore order.
Looking forward to seeing quality horses.
Still a great day for Ireland.
Thank you very much for coming on the show.
I mean, you're a bit of an eventing geek just like us.
The Equiratings Eventing Podcast.
You want them to have the best ground conditions and the best course possible. And Bicton are providing that for us. Mark Phillips has done a very good job and the course looks very fair, and I am actually quite excited to get on it and give it a good shot.
Welcome to the Equiratings Eventing Podcast, another Inside Bicton episode for you listeners. This very kindly supported once again by Red Post Equestrian, and I am sat just alongside the main arena. It is, to set the scene for you, Thursday morning. It's just after 8 o'clock. I'm not going to lie, listeners, it's pretty chilly, but I have found our first timer, Will Rawlin. Welcome to Bicton.
Thank you very much for having me.
It has been a week since we last spoke, just over a week.
Yeah.
So fill us in on how your final preparation has gone with Vinny.
Yeah, the final preparation has gone very well. I've kept it quite easy and sort of fairly straightforward, and we've had our last gallops and last jumping sessions, and they've all gone very well. And actually on the way down yesterday I stopped off for a dressage lesson, which actually gave me a lot of confidence, and he felt probably the best he's felt, so hopefully.
He's saying that, listeners, with a smile that he can't keep off his face. He's feeling good.
It gave me a lot of confidence, the feeling he gave me, so
good.
I would like to try and replicate that if I can on Friday afternoon.
Good. And you've actually bought 3 horses.
Yes,
I saw you yesterday and I was like, has he changed colour?
I looked on your face, I was like, she looks confused.
Yeah.
I need to just clarify that it's not Vinny.
The wrong colour. So you've actually got 3 horses here this week.
Yeah, I have. So Vinny, obviously in the 5-star, and then I've bought my 2 Blenheim horses to just keep them ticking over because I don't have anyone at home to ride them. And I thought it would be quite good just to bring them and give them a bit of work here, and one of my trainers, John Bowen, is here, so we can run through a few things.
Is it quite nice, because sometimes you come to a 5-star or a big event, you've got one horse and a lot of time, actually that's going to fill that time
and that
a little bit.
Was part of my reason for doing it, is I knew one horse I'm going to have so much time to overthink, and so I much prefer being busy and having plenty to do. I'm sure Michael, my groom, would disagree. But...
So what about, now you're here, so you got here yesterday, which was Wednesday. Did you ride yesterday afternoon, all of them? What's the plan with Vinny yesterday, today, before the first horse inspection?
Well, yesterday we were planning on leaving the yard at 8:15. A horse on the lorry started the engine and there was the air leak in the lorry. So I was like, I need to get to my dressage lessons ASAP. So thank God my owners had a 2-horse. So I quickly put 2 horses in that, went to my lesson, which was on the way to Bicton. And then I had to drive back home. Thank God the lorry got fixed. And then we started again, left the yard about 1 o'clock. Got here 4 o'clock. And Vinny had already had the lesson, so I just took him for a sort of hand graze, a walk, and just schooled the other 2 just to give them sort of
Settle.
Exactly. So yeah, and then this morning they've all had a nice hand graze, bit of a walk, and I'm going to take Vinny for a hack after this, and then we've obviously got the trot up at 3 o'clock, and then after the trot up I'll give him a dressage session and run through a few of the movements, and yeah, sort of hopefully set him up for tomorrow.
And you've been to Bicton a lot. We spoke about this last time. How does it feel 5-star? Does it feel different? Does it feel the same?
It feels remarkably quiet for now. I'm sure it won't be in a couple of days' time, but I always feel it's always a nice atmosphere here, and everyone is so friendly, and the team always puts in the most incredible amount of work and tries to help everyone. And for riders, we're very grateful for that. So that's why I always love coming here, regardless of what level competition it is.
Yeah, and actually, listeners, we've been giving you that behind-the-scenes insight, and they are such an amazing team. They're so friendly. They are working unbelievably hard.
It's like I saw on Instagram a video of them in the dark last night, doing groundwork to the course, and it's just
makes a big difference, doesn't it? You know,
massively. Like, it's, as riders, that's what you kind of would like to see. Is obviously it's the welfare of the horses, really, and you want them to have the best ground conditions and the best course possible, and Bicton are providing that for us.
They are, and I've been out and walked the course yesterday. You've not been out yet. We've actually, listeners, so in the main arena there is a really tricky brush combination, which I think is 9 A and B, and Pippa and Piggy just walked past walking it, and I could see Will being like, oh, what are they doing?
Yeah.
What have you heard? What have you seen so far before you go out and walk it? What's the initial?
I've seen the preview, and it looks fair, it looks nice. Some of the fences not exactly the same, but similar style to what we did in the 4-star in the spring. So I've done the undulation and sort of got a feel for the terrain. So obviously there are new combinations, but I like to think Mark Phillips has done a very good job, and the course looks very fair, and I am actually quite excited to get on it and give it a good shot.
I have to admit, I really like it. It's a different feel. There's a couple of burly fences in there that are big, but as Mark Phillips said in some of his previews, some of the sort of the let-up fences as such aren't enormous. No. It's beautifully presented. The team have done an incredible job. It looks amazing. I think there's a few combinations that are particularly tricky. The one in the main arena, the brush combination. And then near the end of the course, you've got a couple of combinations that come up in fairly quick succession that make sort of the last third of the course quite intense. But I really like it. I think the time is going to be tough in so much that it's a fitness test. We wouldn't expect anything less after having had the 4-star here in June. But I really like the changes that they've made, and I think it should ride really well. Obviously, we are on Thursday. I don't even know what day it is anymore. We're on Thursday, so the first horse inspection is this afternoon. Your dressage is tomorrow afternoon. Let's go through some of our listener questions, because one that was sent in, I have to make sure that we keep on recording as I do this, listeners, otherwise that would be an epic fail. But one that was sent in was from Pip. How many times will you walk the cross country?
So I am going to ride the horses this morning, and then I'll go and have a walk around the course, just sort of get a feel and have a look what's out there, and then I will, depending on timing, I might walk it again this afternoon, and then my trainer's coming tomorrow, and we'll definitely walk it and again, and probably Saturday morning as well. So anything between 3 and 4 times, maybe 5, depending on, I might take the dogs for a walk and stuff. They love walking the courses, frolicking around in the waters and stuff.
Do you have anybody apart from your trainer, who I'm presuming is John Bowen, that you like to walk the course or that you'll go to for advice?
Yeah, no, John's always been a great support of mine and has taught myself and the family a lot over the years. And he tends to come to the big, like he was here in the spring event with us, and he knows me very well and knows where I'll probably shave my lines where I shouldn't be shaving my lines, and so he'll make sure I get on the right line. So he's very good for that, and that's why I love having him at the event.
Will you go to any other riders for advice, or?
Do you know what, Michael, my groom, actually asked that, like, will you go and speak to any of the top riders? And to be honest, no, because they don't know me, they don't know the horses, and it's very easy for me to sort of take a bit of advice and run with it and probably get carried away with the advice. So I try and keep myself to myself and within the team when it comes to advice like that.
Do your thing. No, it's not a bad thing. Will you watch anybody? Because obviously you're later on. I think you're 20 something, so you'll be a little bit later. Will you watch?
Yeah,
or?
no, I'll definitely watch. I don't know, I'll pick and choose who I watch, just so I can see how it's riding and the sort of distances, how they're going. I think it's always good to just have a look. But I'm not going to be sitting down all morning watching everyone.
No. What do you like on cross country morning? That's another of our questions, actually. Are you nervous? Do you sleep? Do you eat?
I go quite quiet. I try and eat, but I do get to the end of the day and realise, God, I haven't actually eaten that much. I probably should eat more. That
is actually one of the questions, as to what are you having for breakfast cross country morning?
Well, I tend to do the same every morning. Like today I had granola, yoghurt and blueberries with honey, and then a croissant or a bacon sandwich.
Sounds pretty good, to be fair.
I'll keep that going throughout the week.
Keep going. And what about, let's see what else we've got. Okay, so I had a couple of people, actually. Sarah Clark, who is a 5-star rider over in Australia, and Pip asked the same question as well. How have you prepared differently for a 5-star as to your previous 4-star long experiences?
I would like to think I actually haven't prepared differently. Obviously, Vinny's cantering. He would be doing more cantering, as in going up the gallops more times. But I do between 4 to 5 days galloping. And, you know, I'm not going to make the workload any more intense or change my routine. Like, he gets ridden 6 days a week. With a mixture of everything. My training, I like to do variety, so lunging, galloping, hacking, jumping, grid work, like just mix a bit of everything in, and that hasn't changed just because it's a 5-star.
That's fair. I think it's like, an interesting one.
I've got a routine,
and you trust it. Yeah, absolutely.
It's got me here, so.
Absolutely. And who have you got here during the week? You mentioned Michael, your groom, who's got the 3 horses to look after. John's coming.
Yeah, Mum and Dad are here. And what's great is where I'm based, Sharon and Holly, who are Parkville breeding, they've got a horse competing here with Sammy Birch, so they're going to be here all week and we're parked next to each other, and it's going to be a good team. And my girlfriend Georgia Hatton Brown's here, so it's going to be one of her first events coming with me, so
she's going to keep you calm.
Yes,
there we go. No pressure, Georgia. No pressure at all. Just keep them in the granola and the bacon sandwiches, and you are golden. What else have we got? Any superstitions or lucky socks? Or
I don't, but I have realised I have got a weird thing, is I like my reins but on a certain, like the buckle has to be facing a certain way.
Okay, I mean,
but I don't. I would be the type of person to get into superstitious stuff and wear certain things, but I know I'll be. Like, it would blow my mind if I did that, so I try and
avoid it.
Yeah.
That sounds very fair. Have you tried replicating any of the fences at home that you've seen?
Do you know what? I haven't, and I saw a video of someone doing it the other day, and I was like, oh, maybe I should have done that. But then equally, I've done some arena sort of practice, not with sort of replicas, but, you know, with lines and turns, and last week, and we felt great, and I feel we didn't need to do any more. Like, he was really on my lines and listening, so it wasn't something I felt was necessary.
Trust the system.
Exactly.
There you go. last one. Why Bicton? Why not one of the others like Poe or...
Yeah, Bicton. I was meant to do badminton last year and this year, but it didn't happen. And I just got to the point where we couldn't afford to go to abroad because of the whole Brexit and the lorry things that have to be done. And I was like, this is a perfect opportunity. I know Bicton. I like Bicton. Let's give it a crack. I've been desperate to get my first 5-star under my belt, and so it's finally here.
It's finally here.
It is finally here.
The smile, listeners. If you could see Will smile right now, he's very excited. Look, we're excited for you. We can't wait to follow your progress over the next few days. Good luck. So the next time we speak will probably be post-dressage.
God.
I know. I'm hoping it's over a glass of champagne.
Yes.
If it's anywhere near 25, then
I'll be
that's
happy.
it. If not, then we'll just commiserate. It'll be fine. But look, good luck. And I'm sure everybody listening will be cheering you on as well. Listeners, if you've got any more questions for Will as we go through the week, then make sure you send them in and we'll put them to him. But make sure you send him your support as well, and we will be cheering him on. So, Will, thank you.
Lovely.
And I'm going to let you go and walk the course.
Yep. Super.
Listeners, we hope you've enjoyed another Inside Bicton show. We have got lots more coming for you. Tomorrow on the show, you will actually hear from Adrian Ditcham, who is the man in charge of building Bicton's famous cross-country course. So he will be telling his thoughts ahead of cross-country day, and we will, of course, have a wrap-up on all of the dressage action in the evening as well. So do stay tuned. We've got lots more coming your way. And that is all for now. So thanks for listening. Thank you for listening to the Aqua Ratings Eventing podcast.
Have a wonderful day, everybody, and I look forward to having you back with us soon.
Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more.
Listeners, we'll speak to you again soon.